Hello and welcome to the newest session of Business Information System. And as I have promised you, that this week will be a recorded session, so you can access it on YouTube. I will upload this on YouTube, and you can listen to it through podcast. But before, I have to explain that this session is actually split into two, week 8 and 9. Well, it was supposed to be week 8 and 9, but the meeting on week 8, I used it as a recap for the exam and everything. And week number 9, we had like a guest lecturer. So these materials is supposed to be on those two sessions. I hope it's okay with you guys. So the topic for this week is actually system development lifecycle. What what is this thing? I will show you later, but well, I have to tell you that this session will end before the slide ends. I will continue that afterwards, okay? Either in, well, let me see. It can be on the live online session or the recorded session or a recorded session like this, okay? So what is system development lifecycle? It is actually, well, the name itself suggests that it's a life cycle. So a system, an app, or a software, it is actually like a creature, like a living creature, like a human being, or like an animal or other living things. Okay, this is an analogy to explain what is system development life cycle, because system itself, even though it's not a living thing, it also has a life cycle. So system development life cycle itself, it is actually like a terminology to see the task that has been divided into phases, and then about the users being involved, and then the standards that are developed according to the objectives of this system. But the system itself, after fulfilling all of those things, it can die. Okay, that's why it's called a life cycle. But what happens after a system dies? It will develop another cycle. That's why it's called SDLC, System Development Life Cycle, right? So first we have to remember who are the parties, who are the people participates in the system development life cycle. So we can see here on this nice infographs, nice picture here, that well, more or less it's like the situation in a company, right? So we have here the steering committee, we have here a data communication analyst, we have here a user. It's usually like an employee who actually uses the system. There's user number 1, user number 2, and then other staffs here. But you also have the vendors, the external parties. You also have system programmers. It can be from inside or outside the company. You have webmaster, you have network engineer, and other system analyst, right? But the most important thing is the steering committee, because usually the steering committee is, well, they are the people monitoring the system, the information system. So they are the ones who decide a system works or not, and whether this system they can keep it for other purposes or they have to change it with another system, with another, of course, another life cycle of the system, right? So a system analyst, well, you saw that person on the other slide with the infographs, right? We have someone who is called a system analyst, who are responsible for designing and developing information system, and then also they also act as a liaison between users and IT professionals. So, well, usually in the current situation, I mean, in 2020, the liaison between users and IT professionals, they come under different names. Like for example, it's called UI or UX manager, user interface or user experience managers. So it can come with different names, but basically they are system analysts. Okay. And then what else? The Besides system analyst, there is also a project team. But project team, they usually consist of system analyst, programmer, those types of people working with information system. So you can see here, yeah, you can see there, it consists of users, system analysts, and other IT professionals. But it usually comes with a project leader who is a one member of the team who manages and controls project budget and scheduling. Right. I will go really fast because usually you can just read it, and I will leave the slides to you to be accessed, of course, on the Google Drive. And well, the most important thing is that the system, it has to be feasible, or how suitable that is for the development, how suitable the development of the system and the use of the system for achieving the objective of the company. So usually there are 4 feasibility tests. The first one is economic feasibility, or sometimes it's called cost or benefit feasibility, technical feasibility, schedule feasibility, and operational feasibility. As the name suggests, economic feasibility, it will measure whether the system can be afforded with the company's money. Technical feasibility, whether the equipments of the company can actually hold it, can actually hold the feasibility of the system. Schedule feasibility is whether the whole system can match the whole schedule of the company. And the last one is operational feasibility, is whether the system can hold the whole operational procedures or activities inside the company, right? Now, well, a good SDLC is well, the cycle is documented well with, of course, reports, diagrams, and other systems, other deliverables. And usually there is like a procedures like this, like listed here: review documentation, observation, questionnaire, interview, JAD session, joint application design, and research. So a good system development life cycle, it's not only like a life cycle that that consists of the birth and then the growth and then the adult phase, the old phase, and then dies. A good system development life cycle also should include this kind of procedures, because this system are measured according to the usability of the system. All right, and to measure the usability, we can use review documentation, questionnaire, interview, these kind of things written here. Right, I will go really fast because these here you actually can read it by yourself. But the most important thing I have to show you is that right, so I think there are some things here. It is located on the 9th meeting actually, but let me check. Here. So a good system development lifecycle usually goes with a support phase. After conducting the whole activities of the system, they have to identify errors, and then from the errors, they evaluate, of course, the whole procedures, and the system analysts, they have to think about enhancement and, well, improvement of the system, right? And also monitoring system performance. These are the support phase of system development lifecycle. I have another infographics which can show you an easier picture of system development lifecycle, but I have to leave it for the next meetings. I promise I will show you. But about this recorded session, I think we can finish it here, because this is not intended to deliver you the whole slides, okay? Because this is only like an introduction, and you can read it by yourself, and I will come back next meeting to explain it deeper and provide you with an infographics that is easier to be understood, okay? But I would like to finish this session by showing you this one. I usually do this one. It's like an additional material where you basically only have to watch a movie, or if you don't have that much time to watch a 2-hour long movie, you can just check on the link on YouTube. These are 2 links from this movie, The Internship. Well, if you know this movie, it is quite old. It's from 2016 or 2015. I don't really remember. But it is a movie, it's a comedy movie, as the poster suggests. It's a comedy movie. It starred Vince Vaughn and Owen Wilson, okay? And this is one of the movies that actually they have like an official cooperation with Google, okay? So you can click on the YouTube link, these 2 links. That's usually, well, I think these 2 clips are funny ones. They show funny scenes from the movie. But my purpose of showing you these two clips are to show you about the system development life cycle in real life. Okay, so thank you so much for following. Let's meet again next week. Okay, thank you so much. Have a nice day.